What up, guys? This is Josh with the Short Stack Tech. Want to get right back into the Cities Skylines Pine City. Today what we're going to be doing is setting up the turnpike. We're still in the bones of the city. The city isn't even close to starting to function. Just wanted to kind of get a little bit of a layout, a little bit of a shape of the city before I started making everything function properly. So what this is going to entail is a bunch of TMPE, most likely lane marking for another day, because I have a lot of work ahead of me. The turnpike, it's going to be segregated into a central expressway in the middle, and this is going to carry just car traffic. The outside expressway is going to carry car and cargo traffic. There's going to be slip lanes between the inner and outer expressway. And when I can, I'll give the interchanges access to both the when I could, I gave the interchanges access to both the expressway and the main highway. But it's going to be challenging. It's going to be fun. On some places, I don't have room for that, so I need to essentially integrate a weave zone where people can get all the way over from the right to the left, kind of a death merge setup. I have a few of the segments of the turnpike buried, as you can see, so I just need to connect all that with TMPE, which is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Kind of see a view of all that I'm working with here. Kind of regret setting up this much of the city beforehand. Over here, I don't know if we're going to get to this today, but this is the central portion in the CBD. As you can see, it's already backing up. The main thing is that we actually have 3 highways here. The central loop I actually put as a segregated intermediate between those 2 highways. It's all underground, so it doesn't make too much of an impact here. All park decked up. And again, if I get to it, I would love to configure this mousetrap in the bridge. Ultimately, before I start running the city, I need to get the distributor and collector on the city or the sister city going, and I also need to configure the loop. I don't know how much we're going to get done today, but I'm going to get you some nice time-lapse footage. Let's get right into it. So unfortunately my fraps was messing around a lot today. I don't know what's up with it, but I lost a lot of footage, unfortunately. Doesn't matter too much. I think it's my graphics card, because I have a custom BIOS for the EFI boot screen and to clock it at like 1200 megahertz. And then I also have a custom driver. It's a modified version of the NVIDIA 399 drivers to run the 770M more like a desktop without power or thermal throttling. So it gives me a few more frames in games. Right here I'm just setting up a single point interchange. I opted for a 4-phase light because I got feeders going, and I want those to have access for the through. Because it's a 4-phase, I opted not to have right turning slip lanes. So this is going to be a very busy intersection. Personally, I think spuies are overrated. Just because I can never really get them to work how I want. Could be because I never keep it simple. And I always try and do a little more. So as you can see with these weave zones, I pay very close attention to what lane the cars are in. I'm trying to keep it as realistic as possible when it comes to lane zone, weave zone laneage, just for the fun of it. You know, it's a super American build. this area I was kind of going for like a borough style, because it's attached to the downtown and a really high density island. And I buried the turnpike underground eventually. At first it wasn't, but I really didn't like it, how intrusive and large it was. So I went ahead and buried it, and it really gives me like a borough look right now, which I enjoy. So yeah, one thing I want to talk about is the views on my last video. I don't know how the heck it got 25 in only a day. I didn't tag like any tags or anything like that, so motivated me to come back today and upload. I hope you enjoy. Very strange. I want to give credit to Rocky Sets. He's a YouTuber that really likes lane maths and such in the American style, and he gave me this sort of inspiration to get this thing going. As I mentioned in that original video, Colorado has a bunch of freeways connecting to I-25, which creates a highway hierarchy situation with the main highway and a bunch of other side highways. I've been doing some research, and there's a few different solutions to this, some of them being toll lanes, HOV lanes, etc. Not many people like to use those. Doesn't actually help with traffic too much. You just end up adding a bunch of lanes. But the New Jersey Turnpike was a little special to me once I learned about it. I really like the idea of segregating the car expressway from the rest. The reason why this is so interesting to me is because I could set like a really high speed limit on the internal expressway, meaning people could get around the map super fast off of the central highway. And I could also build a bunch of industry connecting to the central highway without worrying about it backing up too much. So that's about all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed.